So since there's a lot of question how to modify scripts for Ximode and other scripts, I simply thought, why not doing a video about it. So the first thing you need is Notepad++, which you will download from their site or somewhere else. And Notepad++ is simply an advanced program from as Notepad where you can change scripts. And I really recommend to use this one. So what we also need to do is, when we have Ximode extracted, and here are all the scripts that we're going to use. And what Xiaomi Yi does when it boots with your SD card, it automatically looks for a file that is called autoexec.ash. Only autoexec.ash, so it's not looking for a file readme, sharpening, XYZ or whatever. So only this file is going to be looked at. And here's the file that has all our settings. This is how the file looks like. And several things about execute and the coding. Autoexec.ash needs to be formatted as Unix, not like, for example, those Windows, but it needs to be Unix. If you can't get Unix, simply copy paste an autoexec.ash file and modify it to needs. Second thing is, this symbol means it's a command. So everything that comes after this symbol on the same line is a command, and Xiaomi Yi won't even look at it, because it's simply for the user to understand several things better. And for example, here it doesn't have that symbol, so it means this is something Xiaomi Yi will look for and will execute. If it is a code or something like this and you forgot to put a symbol before, and this is not executable by Xiaomi Yi, it will stop here and the script will fail to load. First thing, this is the booter script. The booter script is, how should I say it? It is the thing that tells the Xiaomi Yi to listen to the buttons. For example, if we press the shutter button and the power button several times, we can switch between several scripts. And this is the thing that makes it possible. So if this is not available, or if this is not in the script, it will not look at the button and it will simply load the script that is inside here. So for example, if you remove this line, it will only load the script, and you can't use the buttons to switch between several scripts. As we now see here, this is Ximode normal, and all our scripts, also Ximode normal, are located here in scripts and bootd. And as you can see, here's default, auto, normal, night, gtune, subhebrew, and all the other kind of stuff. So what Xiaomi Yi does is, when we press 2 times with the shutter button, it will go here to the second script and copy everything inside here and paste everything below this line. As you can see, Ximode normal, and here Ximode normal. And it does the same thing for all the other scripts. For like example, if we use now Yitune here, then we would have Yitune here instead Ximode normal. And now again, only description and comments. So if you want to read them, they are really useful because I update a lot of them. So do that. Bitrate and resolution. The first thing here is always that I wrote here what kind of resolution and bitrate it is. And this is the code of the resolution. The second value is the code of the bitrate. So if you want to change, for example, 55 Mbit to, for example, 24 Mbit, you go to this site here from Pianizio. He has an awesome GitHub, and here you find all commands you can think about it. I know there's a lot of more commands out there, but this is the most complete source and information place I found for all the codes. So then you have your bitrate, and then we go here to our firmware, and here we have a bitrate address. And for example, we have right now 420C, and as we can see, 420C is 35 Mbit. So if we want to change it to 25 Mbit, we simply change it here to 41C8. So if somebody wants to change it to 25 Mbit because the SD card is not fast enough, we simply change it here to 41C8. And now the 2K resolution will be recorded in 25 Mbit. I would also suggest and recommend always to change the comments to the appropriate edit, because it simply makes the script more readable for you later if you want to do any more changes. And this is the resolution. So if there's a lot of other resolution, as you can see here, there's 2056 and 1440 with 29 FPS, and they all have other kind of codes here behind. So if you want to change any frames, simply look here. Next thing is corrections photo, and normal scripts has only sorry, just give me a second. So now, this is very long. So now, as you can see, sometimes it's going to go to the next line, but that is something you should really watch out for. Like 82, this is still the line of 82, and this was the reason why I extracted it to the full size, so you can see this is a comment, and not that you would think like this is now a code, because it's still on the line 76. So I made a lot of tests here, made a lot of searching to write here full description, because most of it was simply like, this is ISO, this is shutter and all, and whatever, it's now your problem. But no, I wrote here full description. So since I didn't use it, I simply put here a comment before, so this comment is not loaded, so it doesn't do any change, but now we removed the comments, and now it's going to do any change. So the first value here is ISO, the second is shutter speed, and the third is gain control. If we want to change, for example, and here are all the values from 100 to 800, we simply put here 800, and if we want to add from 1000 is here 1000, and we want to change it from 1/32 to maybe 1/32, we input here 590. And for those who use gain control, you can add it by 6, 12 or 18. That's something additionally, I really don't look at it. So here's the scene mode. Xiaomi Yi has built-in scene modes which enhance some video modes. For example, like if you're filming underwater or in daytime, or if you film landscape, it's going to enhance to the maximum best mode you can choose for. But not all modes are the best for the mode they are made for. So I haven't tried them all yet. A lot of people say that Portrait, the 14 here, is the best, so I used it too. But you can try them all. There is 1, 2, 10. There's a lot of more, but I only took out those because those are the most recognizable, and the most I thought a lot of people might use them. And so only need to change this one. Second code here, and again, this is mostly only for video. So whatever you're doing here doesn't have any effect on video. But anything you're doing here has also effects on pictures. So not all of these, but a lot of them. So next thing we're going to do is here, we're going to edit vibrance and saturation. That is by this code. and this number means vibrance, and this number means saturation. The values are from 0, which means there's no vibrance changement, to 255, which means vibrance is going to be changed to maximum. And the same goes for this one, from 0 to 255 to maximum. The same thing is also here for shadow clipping. This number from 0 to 255, and this number from 0 to 255 the autony, and the gamma level from 0, which means no gamma modification, or 255 to maximum gamma modification. So actually these four are the main comments who will change, like the color, the light, and all the other all the other kind of stuff, how your video is going to look like. I mean, this is the main for the color, but this is changing the mode too, so it also does change. And this is now something you also might want to know: auto exposure, auto white balance, auto focus. And this haven't figured out, but you will surely find it on the internet. And 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. And what it does here is we can enable or disable, for example, autofocus or auto white balance or auto exposure or auto focus. And we do that by putting there a number of 0 for on or 1 for off. So auto exposure and ADG are here, for example, disabled, and auto white balance and auto focus are here, for example, enabled. But we improved the script by a highlight script from NutsEye, which says we're first going to enable it, but then disable it. What it does, haven't figured out, but I can imagine that NutsEye didn't do this on purpose simply to joke with us, because he seems to be some big guy out there. So if we remove here the comment symbol, this is now enabled, and auto white balance is now disabled. And this is something only for those guys who need it, but yeah, whatever, we simply read it. So now we come to the part a lot of people are asking about. This is the quality correction area. So this is the place where you can enable or disable the raw capture. Raw is the bigger and better brother of JPEG. It means there's no modification with the picture. It comes out as normal, but you still need to convert it later from RAW to DNG. And if you want to disable it, simply put here in front of a comment symbol, or completely remove it. So the Xiaomi Yi won't read that line. And now there won't be any raw pictures. Second thing is here the quality of your JPEG. This is now 100%. You can also lower it to 50%, and standard percent is 95. So if you don't put anything inside here, it will be set to 95%. But yeah, why not use maximum? It's not a lot of difference. Noise reduction, this means when recording a video in, for example, low light environment or somewhere where the video will have a lot of noise. This is simply going to reduce the noise, but also to reduce sharpness. So the video will become very blowy if you have a high noise reduction. And the noise reduction, we simply can change it by changing this number from 0, which means no reduction, to 60,383. This is the maximum, which means if we use this value, there will be no noise, but the video will be very blowy, which I won't recommend. And if you don't put anything in here, it will be set to auto. So in low light environment, it will be, I think, automatically set here to 60,000. Second thing here is sharpness, which means that when recording a video, should the detail be sharpened by the software inside the Xiaomi Yi, or do you want to have a plain video without any configuration, any edited sharpness? Which means if you want to post-process your video, I would recommend to use low sharpness I mean not nothing, no sharpness, but if it's simply to record and then put it directly on YouTube or whatever, I would recommend to use sharpness because your video simply looks better. This value simply means 0 here is for video, 1 is for picture. So what we're going to do now is edit the video sharpness. Ignore this, ignore this. The only thing you need to look at is this now. It says it should the Xiaomi Yi should look for the sharpening values inside the file coring 32. What I have done is I placed on my Xiaomi Yi and all the scripts placed a folder with the coring scripts. A coring script simply looks like this. 255, the value of 32. That is exactly what a coring script looks like. Like for example, now 211 looks like the same. 255, the value 211. And a lower value here means high sharpness, and the high value here means lower sharpness. So what I did is I made here some files, and I'm going to switch between 132, 128, 211 and 255. And that is here implemented in our script. So for example, we have a 32 that is a lot of sharpness, but still not the maximum. If you want to add no sharpness for, in this case, Ximode, 255, and a lot of scripts simply do it like this, coring text, and they only have 1 sharpness. This is enabling FTP. This is 4 GB no split files. So if you don't want to have your files split into 4 GB files, but still to remain at 2 GB files, simply remove this line or put the comment symbol before. And if you also want to keep the DHM file, which means the preview files, it is a DHM file is a smaller video file of your original file, so it can be previewed in the Xiaomi Yi app. I completely find this, it's really nothing you should need, but if you need it, simply remove those files and then you're good to go. And the last thing here is the ready beep. So every time the script loads and has finished loading, you receive a long beep from the camera. And this is the script or the command that it does. This line says that the beep should be enabled. Then it waits 1 second, so it means enable, and it beeps for 1 second, and then disable it. And the same goes for the flashing light to notify us which script has been loaded. For example, normal script here is the second script from our script list. Here. Normal is the second script, and Yitun, for example, is the fourth script. So in this case, it's telling us light go on, light go out. Light go out, wait 2 seconds, light go on, wait 1 second, light go out, wait 2 seconds, light go on. So this is the comment that makes the flashing light to tell us which script has been loaded. And for example, here now the Yitun, that is the fourth script, that has 4 times. So light go off, sleep 2 seconds, light go on, sleep 1 second, and that 4 times. And I think that is actually everything you need. If you need some other information, or if you're looking for other commands, simply look here at Pian Yizio script source here. He has a lot of commands here, like for example, what could I show here? Battery safe, don't need to go photo mode. So that has been showed before, but it shows the command to enable photo mode and also the need. And if there's nothing inside the script here, use Google or Dashcam Talk, or use other scripts and do it like Lego. Take your blocks and put on together your own castle. That is actually all you doing while coding here for the Ximode or for the Xiaomi Yi. And yeah, that's everything I can tell you. And please don't spam the post fall on how to do this, how to do that, because there's a lot of questions that has been answered online. So please research before asking, because I'm all doing this in my free time and I'm not paid by anyone. So yeah, whatever. So enjoy whatever you're going to do with it.